Michelle here. I wanted to talk about a tool that really works to help boost your immune system, which is so important right now during this time. It's the Neti Pot. Yes, so the Neti Pot is just a way to clean out your sinuses, and our sinuses are where viruses get stuck. So having a daily practice, or even maybe twice daily right now, practice of cleaning out your sinuses will really help keep your whole system healthy. Works great too if you just have a common cold or another kind of virus or allergies. When I lived in a city, I used it every day just to clean out the dirt that I would breathe in from the air. So important to use a Neti Pot just for overall health for your whole system. So you'll need to get a Neti Pot. You can get them anywhere really, online, most pharmacies, some grocery stores. I know Whole Foods carries them. This is a plastic one. I recommend the plastic ones because I had glass ones and I broke them. And so much better to have a plastic one because they don't break. And you can travel with them when we get back to traveling. So get yourself a Neti Pot, but I'm going to show you how to use it. So that's the first thing that you're going to need is a Neti Pot. Then I recommend just some cloths or rags to have nearby. Warm water, so not too hot, not too cold. Like I just put my finger, I washed my hands first, put my finger in, it's just right. Like it doesn't feel too hot or too cold. And then you'll need some non-iodized sea salt. So this happens to be Hawaiian sea salt. And that's all that you'll need. Now the first thing you do is make sure that your Neti Pot is clean. So you just take common dish soap. I use my finger and I just get in there and really clean it out. And I even go into the little spout with my finger as far as I can. In this I use pretty hot water just to sterilize it a little bit. Even if I'd washed it the night before, I would do this. So that I end up with a clean Neti Pot. Now once I have a clean Neti Pot, then what do? I have my cloths near a sink. You have to be near a sink. And I take my room temperature, it's body temperature water, so it's a little higher than room temperature. And I place water into the Neti Pot. And I just fill it up pretty much to the top. So you can see I'm to the top because the water is squirting out. And then I take the sea salt. Now all I'm going to do is take a pinch of sea salt, stir it around in my Neti Pot with a finger. I always wash my hands first. And then I test it. Should be like tears. That wasn't. So I'm going to take another pinch of sea salt and stir it. Just getting it all stirred up. And then I'll taste it. Yes, tears. Then I'm ready. So once I'm ready, I'm going to come over to the sink. Now, when I come to the sink, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my head down, and this is my left nostril. It's pointing down and my right nostril is up, but my head is further down than my nose. So if I lift up, it's going to go down in the back of my throat. So I'm going to keep my head, my eyes below my nose. And then I stick the spout of the Neti Pot into my right nostril, and I tilt up. I breathe in and out of my mouth, and you can see the water running out of my left nostril. I'll just run it a bit, and then I release, and I blow my nose into the sink. I can dab with one of the rags. I use one rag for my nose and one rag for cleanup. That's what I'm doing. And then I'll do the other side. So I'm going to tilt my head down below my nose. This time I'm sticking the spout into my left nostril and letting it run. You can start to see it's starting to come out of my right nostril. There it goes, big time. And I just let it run for a while, and then I blow my nose into the sink, and dab with my right. Now, I could do it again if I wanted to. You can do it as many times as you want to, but I usually do it just like once or twice. And then once I've done that, and I'm done, I kind of just stand up for a while and I feel that warm salt water is kind of running down the back of my throat. That's really good for scratchy throats. That this, you know, when we get viruses and colds and stuff like that, it's so healthy. So that's how you use it. Now, I have an alternative, like if you don't have a neti pot, this ocean saline solution is good. You just can't neti pot it, like it's not going to go through one nostril and out the other. So this is just a good substitute if you don't have a neti pot until you get your neti pot, but it doesn't take over for the neti pot. Get a neti pot, it's so great. It will really boost your immune system, and we really need that at this time. So now that I've used my neti pot, I would go again back to washing it. And I always make sure that my neti pot is really clean. So I clean it before and after I use it. So I never want to add dirt from my neti pot that's gathered in my neti pot into my nose. Yeah, so I make sure I get all the soap out too, because I don't want to have soap in there. So I just will say, like if the water is too cold that you put in your neti pot, it's going to kind of feel a little shocking to you, and if it's too warm, it's going to burn. So make sure it feels just like body temperature to you when you stick your finger in. And also, if you don't put enough salt in your neti pot so it doesn't taste like tears, it's going to burn. Or if you put too much salt, it's way too salty, it's also going to burn. So make sure that you have that kind of warm tears in that neti pot, and that's the ideal thing for using it. So there you go. Keep yourself super, super happy, healthy, and free right now. However you have to do that, and most of us are staying at home, and that's okay. We just need some downtime right now to catch our breath, let the earth take a sigh too. We use her so much, and maybe this is gonna allow us to come out the other side a whole lot more caring about each other and loving ourselves a bit more too. Bye.